Welcome everybody back to Trade with K. I'm happy that you're here because today we're gonna talk about the NFPs from February, and as an example I will show you what happened to gold when these numbers been published, what these numbers were, how we read the numbers and what trade I took. So stay tuned. So yeah, like I said, so what are we doing? We're gonna have a look at the economic numbers that are published on the first Friday in February, and we always check them on the time they are published. So in the minute they are published, we have a look at them. And for this I'm going on Forex Live. This is my go-to source when it comes to checking numbers, getting news. It's a free website, as a website everybody can look at without paying anything, and this website is pretty good because it is on time and the numbers are published on time. When the government or the Fed or whoever published the numbers are published, the numbers appear here, and we always have a rating of importance of the numbers. The redder it is, the more important it is, the more the market will move, the more volatility is sent out to the market by these numbers. And we gonna have a look now what I basically do when the numbers are presented, because it is not that we are just looking at numbers and say, hey, the numbers are high or the numbers are low. No, like I said in another video before, it's very important that we have a look at the numbers that has been predicted before. So what are the numbers that the market are predict, and what is the numbers that the big banks, the big players say that will be published. In this case, we have a look at three different numbers or publishing numbers, and the main numbers we are looking at are the non-farm payrolls. And for us, it is always important that when we look at numbers and when we news trading, that we are trying to get a result that is far away from the predicted number, so higher or lower. At the end we don't care, we just want to have another result than, or another number than was predicted before. This is the most important thing. And during this time the non-farm payrolls had a predicted number of 180k, and we ended up on having almost double the number with 353k. So there is a big difference between the prediction and the actual numbers. And this is leading to a volatility and to a momentum in the market. And this is exactly what we are trying to make money out of it. So, but not just in this case, not just the NFPs, the non-farm payrolls have been better. Also the average hourly earnings on the monthly and the average hourly earnings on a yearly basis have been better than predicted. So this is the perfect example for us. Because if we now checking on our chart, and I said, for example, this is not just moving the US dollar, this is moving a lot of different commodities and a lot of different indices, etc. And in this case, we're gonna have a look at gold, because I know that a lot of you guys out there love trading gold, and trading gold is one of the, I think, most popular things in the last 1, 2, 3 years. And I went back in TradingView, and you all can do this. I went back in TradingView and replayed to the same exact date where we just had a look at the numbers, and we saw the numbers have been better. And if we now see what the reaction on the market was, so now let's have a look at the market and the reaction of gold after the news have been published. And why do I look at gold? Because gold has a negative correlation to the US dollar. And so this is basically meaning when US dollar is rising, gold is falling. Why this is the case, I will explain you in a later video, but for the moment you just need to know that if the US dollar is rising, gold is going down. So this is all you need to know for the second. Let's have a look at the chart. And this is the 5-minute chart of of gold. And if we now see what's the reaction, this is 225, and now the news are published. So this is how the first reaction of the market was. We have $11 of reduction of gold. So gold was going down for $11 in the first, I think it was 30-40 seconds. But nevertheless, if you not enter the trade in the first 20, 30, 40 seconds, you still can take a trade afterwards, because normally the market takes some time, and it is a trend that, and the trend is going on for longer than just 30-40 seconds. It is normally quite a while, quite a time, and we now will see how long did it take. How long could we enter the trade and be still making profits? So let's go on. So think about, you entered the trade, you still made a hell of money over there. So let's stop for a second. We are now at 2028. So from the first reaction we had at 41 to 2028, we still have we have almost the same drop that we had before. So even if you just entered the trade 5 minutes late and 5 minutes after the news have been published, we have been here and we holded the trade for about, what is it? Yeah, for about almost an hour. We would have gained the same that we have done for the first 5 minutes. And we can still see that this trend is going on. I think it was going on for quite a while. Sometimes you have a little bit of retracement, and this retracement also is a chance to enter the trade on a better price. The other option we do have is that we are taking a trade that is against the trend, because at some point gold is trying to recover, trying to buy back, and the momentum is weakening. So in this case, for example, we see that we have a high supply zone down here, and what happened? The price was rejected a couple of times here. So what I did, I took a trade and a buy trade with a stop loss below the zone, and just let it run. What I always say, just let it run. I personally on this day took 3 trades. The first one was a short trade after around 4 minutes. So we ended up on, I just looked it up, 2043.5, so around here. I had a pretty tight stop loss, and the stop loss was around 150 ticks. So very tight, because the numbers have been so good, or so way better than predicted, that I was pretty sure that the downtrend will continue. And I went for a 1-7 trade in this case. So I ended up, okay, just get it up here. At this point, yes, somewhere around here, yeah, 223.3. And that was the first trade. And if you see, it was about, let me see, 50 minutes, and this trade was in the books. Now you say, it could be, I could hold the trade a little bit longer, make more of. Yeah, I could, but I have my plans and I stick to my plans, and I was happy with the result. The second trade I took after a while, after I saw that there have been a lot of rejections. I took another trade, and this time I took a buy trade. And it was very quick scalping trade. So one I took here, and it was for like something around like this. So very tight stop loss, very small profits. And the third one looked exactly the same over here. So I scalped 2 times. One time was a little bit longer, and I would hold the trade longer, but it went out to my favor pretty quickly. So this is what I have done last time. This time we will see if there are also numbers that are in favor for us, so numbers that differ a lot from the actual predictions. I hope so, because this is the time we're making a lot of money. Yes, this is basically what I do at news trading. Very short video about news trading. Just a quick overview what the last NFPs, or what I have done at the last NFPs, because next week there are NFPs on Friday, and probably you want to trade it, so you have now a little basic overview what you need to do, what you need to look at. But always be cautious, because news trading is not easy, and there can be a lot of volatility and a lot of movement. So one rule that you always need to follow is that don't be in a trade before the news. That's very important. That's one of my most important rules for me and for all my students I'm working with. They're not allowed to be in news or in a trade before the news. And the second thing is you always need to have a stop loss when trading news, because there can be a high movement in a very short amount of time, and this can be very dangerous to your account and to your account size. So do me a favor, always trade with caution. And thank you for staying on this video. Thank you for subscribing and liking, and that's very important that you subscribe and that you like, because the more you give us, the more we will give you, for sure. So thank you, stay sharp, have good trades, and like always, trade with K.